It's now time for Energy Insights, where you get an inside view and local perspective of all the oil and gas progress going on in the Mid-Ohio Valley. This program is brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association and can be heard every Saturday at 9 a.m. on WMOA AM 1490, FM 101.3, JAWS Country FM 100.9, and ESPN Radio AM 630 and FM 92.9. Here's Johnny Wharf, your local host.
Energy Insights on a Saturday morning, and an opportunity to dig a little deeper into the company that is Sound to Energy out of Dover, Ohio, and on-location interview with Nate Levengood. We've had an opportunity to speak with Bruce Levengood, your father, for a few weeks to learn about it. But tell me a little bit about how a young guy, other than the idea that it's the family business, but give me a little background on that transition from school to, I think I want to do this.
Sure. Well, growing up, I would spend a Saturday or maybe two a month. I'd be woke up way earlier than I want to be and told we're going out working on the service rig. So I would, do my time. I'd rather be playing video games or with my friends, but that's what I did. And after a while, I said, I'm going to go to school, get in whatever career, and move to Cleveland, or just move away. Probably like most kids think.
As far away as I can, right?
Right, yeah. Sure. And so I went through the process, went to Ashland University and got a finance economics degree, and found a job in it. And after 3 months, realized that the cubicle city type of career path as it was leading into wasn't quite for me. And during this whole time, I was still working a lot more full-time in the business, helping learn how to check wells and, do roustabout, just, kind of breaking into it.
So Nate Levengood as a boy, oh man, got to get up early, I got to go do this. But is it now something that you look back on and say, it's pretty cool to be able to do that stuff?
Oh, definitely. And not just beyond that, it just teaches you work ethic and the value of working. And I think that helped me, direct me in the right direction growing older and just being right.
All right, I'm going to jump back to the check wells and the roustabout just because from my standpoint, I'm like, oh, wait, what do you mean? I don't know what you mean when you're saying you're going to go check a well or the roustabout. I know what that is to some extent, but maybe not in your industry.
Sure. So I'm not quite sure the number. Let's just say around maybe 60 to 70 wells that I personally handle. I go and change the chart, gauge tanks, assess if there's any malfunctions, and then, okay, what do we got to do to fix it? Usually it's something simple, or it could be like, hey, this well needs service, like a rig or a major problem that needs worked on and addressed. So that's, I need to go put eyes on these situations, weekly, a couple times a week, whatever it takes. And the roustabout would just be like, oh, hey, this valve's bad, let's change it out. That's a basic example.
And then on a given day, does Nate get a call potentially at 11 o'clock at night? And is there something like that might happen?
Yeah, typically I'll get landowners calling because they're cold on weekends and evenings. It's always when that happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
During a football game.
Yeah, it's always the worst time. It's never 9 to 5 on a weekday. No.
What is your favorite part about the business?
It's every day's something different, Going back to like when I got out of school and had a job briefly, it was, you show up, it was the same thing every day. There was no break of your routine. And so it was like, well, there's nothing more to look forward to. This is all you ever do. And I asked around, and that was that was the answer. And those people liked it. That's good. And but it wasn't for me. So What I liked is every day is a new adventure, a new problem to solve.
And field work, I assume, as well, even on the cold days.
Yeah, it's good to be outside. Yeah, definitely. But there's days where I like to be in my office too. Like right now, there's a foot of snow outside. It's not so bad to be inside those days sometimes.
All right. Nate Levengood is our guest on this program, and I'm going to ask him next week maybe about growing up in Dover, if that's exactly where you grow. That's where we are right now, but we appreciate his chance to meet him today. We'll learn a little bit more about Nate Levengood, also the business Sound Energy, but right now that'll do it for today on Energy Insights. Energy Insights on a Saturday morning, and we have had a great opportunity, as had our listeners, to get to know the Levengoods family business operation that is Sound Energy. Give me the official name of the business.
Sound Energy Company Incorporated.
All right, and Nate is with us today. Nate Levengood. We'll meet a brother Tyler as well, but talk about the family extensions of the business in terms of the Levengoods that work in the business of Sound Energy Company, Inc.
My immediate family?
Yeah.
So there's my dad and my brother and I. We're here, day to day. And then my mother, she's got a role too, more some bookkeeping type stuff, but she doesn't have to be in all the time. And so my brother, he's more of a numbers guy, and he's able to make spreadsheets talk and do things, whereas I can hardly make them add cells together. So, and that's been a great help when he came on to help, because we have 700 wells, and just think of that as 700 individual little like rental houses or businesses, and they all have their own issues, and that's a lot to absorb and
Sure.
quantify and pick out data points that really help you run a business better. So that's been just being able to manage that information has been a huge uplift to us.
Did you grow up in Dover?
Yes.
A tornado?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're still trying to win that game, but that'll be next year. So tell me a little bit about, when I pulled into the operation, I saw a pump jack out front, really kind of cool, nostalgia, if you will. But then I heard off air, I had heard that you had an injection well on your property. Can you explain that to me?
Yes. In Denison, Ohio, we have about 50 acres, and back in 2012, when the shale was really starting to get going, there was a lot. We already owned, the company has two legacy injection wells drilled in the 70s, and they don't do a lot of volume. We bomb just for our own production water. And we were getting lots of interest from drilling companies from all over looking for disposal capacity. And so that's when it made sense that, well, maybe we should look a little deeper into putting a commercial well in, because at that time there wasn't many out there. And so did some research on, well, where's the action? Where is there even a good property that would be on a highway and in a setting for it? And put that together, found all those things, and was able to permit one with the state and begin the business.
So, is there any concerns when you think about that, as this is on my property? Oh,
no, because just like drilling any well, whether it's a production well or a disposal well, they're all built the same. In the case of disposal well, we have 4 layers of pipe and cement starting at like 60 foot down into the bedrock and going down to 7,500, 8,000 feet, and beyond, and there's pipe and cement behind every layer. There's a layer specifically for surface water. They look at, okay, what's the deepest drinking aquifer? In this case, it's the big engine, so that was 600 and some feet. There's its own pipe and cement for there, and then another one 1,200 feet down, and another one deeper than that.
Either you explained that really well, or I've been doing this show too long, because I understood every word you said, and I was with you all along. You give your brother, Tyler, a little bit of credit about being able to crunch the numbers and build the spreadsheets and all that. But what about Nate, from the time you started, and I don't know if you told me how long, you did tell me last week how long you've been in the business, but the different things that you've learned in terms of the aspects. I'm not asking you to tell me what they are, but think about the volume of things you've learned in the business and on a day-to-day.
There's I only know a thimble full of all the knowledge out there, but just diagnostics. of wells. Like whenever a well, back to my pumping wells, if a well stops producing, okay, well, that's weird. Why is that? So the list of troubleshooting, and if it's something, we call it downhole, if it's a problem, with the pump or whatever, there's a whole nother list of just things you got to go through to try to, figure it out. Just like I've heard, we all see down the hole the same distance. What's going on down at the bottom where the production is. So there's so many things that I've learned and so much more I need to learn to be able to just diagnose these problems and correct them.
All right. Good to have a chance to meet Nate Levengood. He is with Sound Energy Company Incorporated. They're in Dover, Ohio. You're a pretty big fella, I might add, for the listeners out there that can't see him. But did you play sports?
No, I played golf.
Okay, good.
Still do. That's why I can still play. I didn't play football.
That's right. Keep that in mind, folks, moving forward. And we appreciate the opportunity for Nate Levengood to join us here on Energy Insights. Tune in next week, same place, same time.
Thank you for listening to Energy Insights, brought to you by the Southeastern Ohio Oil and Gas Association. Tune in every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on WMOA Local Radio, JAWS Country, and ESPN Radio, as Johnny Wharf brings you your local and inside perspectives going on in the oil and gas industry right here in the Mid-Ohio Valley.